Hello there everyone, welcome back. It's another Sunday, the only day I ever stream these days. Welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Q&A, and good news to start things off, because it's horrendous. Playing any LEGO Star Wars game while answering questions, believe it or not, without invincibility activated. But there's no cheat codes for extras in this game, so I legitimately, that's the important part here, legitimately went and got invincibility unlocked. So much stress already is taken away. Wonderful. How are you all? Welcome to the stream. Battle Droid Rogues, Masterpiece, Callum, Diamond Boy, welcome. Tyler, welcome. Darth Vader, Jack, Rogues, Israel, Insurgency, Flippix, Cowboy Max, Mealhouse, Super Me Cheese, Rogues, Ice Cube, William. How are you all, guys? So it's been quite a big week, despite no official news posted from TT Games this week. There's been a lot to report on and piece together. So obviously, I'd always recommend, like I'm sure most of you have, but I'd always recommend you go and watch the videos uploaded this week. There was 2 separate news videos and one other video kind of combining the 2 into one, I'd say. But in short, we know the game now, thanks to a job listing on WB Games Careers website. We know the game is going to be releasing in Q2, quarter 2 of this year, which is any time in April, May or June. Which is obviously huge news. We also know the community manager post is still up there. It doesn't seem like there is a community manager as of yet, which is a bit worrying. We also know the Imperial Shuttle set has a play in the Skywalker Saga code on the back. What else? I'm trying to remember what else, 'cause I did another video. There was a little comment about live service on the WB Games Careers website as well, which I kind of debunked. I honestly don't think there's going to be live service in the game, and I'm missing something else. There was just that much this week. I say that much, it's not even that it's not even a lot really, is it, when you think about it, but compared to what we're used to dealing with, it was quite big. So that's always fun. I think I covered everything there. I think I covered everything. Let me know if I missed anything, but that's the 2 videos summarised for you. Let's get into some levels with invincibility, which is fantastic. Barrick, welcome. Callum, welcome. Dan, Victor, Masterpiece, Matthew, Mr. Maestro, Toby. How are you, everyone? Bits and Bricks. Yes, how could I forget the big part? I can't speak. Bits and Bricks podcast. There's a lot of B's. It's only 2 B's. Apparently that's a lot in my eyes. Right, let's find a level and we'll get into talking about Bits and Bricks. Right, Death Star Escape. Why haven't we got free play? I mean, we could try free play on that now. I don't know. We are really getting there with a lot of these levels now, which is good. But basically, Bits and Brick. Why can't I say this? I never have trouble saying this when I'm recording. The Bits and Bricks podcast is a weekly LEGO podcast posted every Wednesday, and episode 7, which is about the past and keyword future of LEGO games, was delayed 2 weeks to this Wednesday. And like I said in the video, I don't think they would give us news regarding a podcast. I don't think they'd give us news regarding the game in a podcast. That, especially considering the interactions that podcasts get, I don't think they would bother doing that, honestly. So I think, regarding they're going to be talking about the future of LEGO games, so there's going to be something there, even if it's not a trailer, like there might be a new image or something. They're going to have to talk about something or whatever. So I think that would prompt them to release something before then. Not only that, but it was actually the coming week, tomorrow, is the same week 5 years ago that LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens got its release date and its announcement in general. So that's always fun. But one thing to remember is just that it's not confirmed, because I know people are going to get their hopes up anyway, and they're going to come onto my video either way. It's inevitable. and tell me that I tricked them, that I said news was coming and it wasn't. But that is not the case. So don't try and fool me here. This is not the complete saga. No, it's not. Let's make sure we get all the extras turned on. So invincibility is off. It's really glitchy, this version of it. It turns them all off every mission I start. That should do. But let's get into the questions. This is not the original trilogy game. That's always a good one to answer. Now, this is the level that always crashes, if you remember correctly. Do we need True Jedi? We do. I couldn't remember. So this is the level that always crashes. So I'm just pre-warning you, because when the level crashes and you're all just laughing at me like, you're such an idiot, you didn't know this was coming. I know it's potentially coming, that this level could crash upon us. And I know which part it's going to crash as well, so we're going to all be ready for it together this time round. Sorry, missed last stream. Question may have been asked, but with the recent resurgence in Battlefront 2, do you see yourself streaming the game? I'm not coming back to Battlefront, just because it's done now for the most part. Well, for all the part. There's been no content in the game for since the moleskin, so we might as well focus on these new and upcoming Star Wars games, provided they're good, which Lego Star Wars will be good. There is no question of it not being good. Do you think, so here's our first actual Lego Star Wars question anyway, from Alexandra, do you think you can land wherever you want with a ship? I think there'll be, so you'll be able to fly between planets, or use hyperspace to get between planets, I have no doubt of that. Whether you'll just be able to land wherever, when you, let's say you go from Naboo to Camino, I don't think you'll just be able to land on Naboo in the middle of nowhere. You'll have to land on an identified landing area, which the game will probably prompt you to do. So there'll be landing areas in which you can land. There'll probably be various different ones, as was depending on how big the planet is that you've landed on. But you will be able to land on whatever planet. I just think it'll be in terms of whereabouts you can land. But that works for me. That was the same in the Force Awakens game. You couldn't just land anywhere. The Millennium Falcon just defaulted you to land in a certain area, so I'm expecting that to happen again. Will the Skywalker have online co-op for missions? I'm hoping so. They've still not said much on this. There was a Steam screenshot all the way back from last year that suggested it possibly would be in there, but I wouldn't really read too much into that. I would say, given that the complete saga had at least 2-player co-op online, and the fact that it's going to be the biggest LEGO game of all time, and the fact that they're moving with the times, they wouldn't then not include a feature that was included in the past. So that's where I stand on it. I think at least online multiplayer co-op with 2 people will be in the game. I just hope we can do with 4 people. I think, obviously I'd want to do more, but I think 4 is reasonable, to be honest. 4 just seems to work for me. And 4 is an ideal number as well. Oh my god, Luke nearly killed me. Do you think there'll be certain planets you can land wherever you want? Honestly, I still don't think so. I still think in Tatooine, for example, even though it's a huge desert for the most part, and obviously we know Mos Eisley, what are the 3? Mos Eisley, Mos Pelgo, and Mos Espa, that's it, right? Even though we know there is much more desert than those 3 parts, they will probably still just say you have to land in a certain area. I just see, mechanics-wise, I think there's no doubt of that. I've also noticed something else. Music. Why is the music on? I turned this off. Wait. I'm gonna have to go right down with it then. That's strange. I turned that off. I gotta watch these things. I knew something was out of place. We survived the strike so far. We don't have a release date yet, but obviously going off what I've said already, we can't keep sitting here and saying like forever that we don't know the release date, and we also can't keep sitting here forever and saying that saying news is coming this week is unlikely. Given the details I supplied in the latest video and at the start of the stream, this week is a key week. This is... I'm not saying everything has to be by the book, the same as the Force Awakens game, but judging by the podcast issue as well, it has to be this week for me that we have to get something. At this point, I'd even take a release date and not a trailer. Now, I don't think that would happen. When they give us a release date, they're going to give us a trailer along with it. But with the point we're at with news, I would take a release date and nothing else, just that. That would be fine as far as I'm concerned. How you doing, Luke? Good to see you. Wilma as well. Welcome, Charlie. Welcome. You can pre-order now. You can. I don't know if this confused a few people in the comments of one of my videos this week, but when I said so when Skywalker Saga first got announced, there is an automatic pre-order that goes up. That's not like the official pre-order, but if you pre-ordered it, you'll still probably get it converted into the official one. So on sites like Amazon, everywhere like that. But since the pre-order bonuses and the deluxe edition and everything was announced last year, that is now the official pre-order. So it's not really that the first pre-order that goes up isn't official, it's just kind of a template pre-order without the full details. We have the full details now, we just don't have the release date. So I hope that makes sense, because I know everybody, or I say everybody, I know a lot of people were so confused as to what the hell I was going on about, so I apologise about that. You pre-ordered the Carbonite edition, that's the one I got. The Carbonite edition is over here in the UK for Game, and in US I believe it's Target, and anywhere else I have no idea, and I apologise. I have to learn the US and the UK versions of these things mainly, because that is like the majority of the viewership, but to anywhere else, I'm sure you'll be able to find it just by looking, but I'd love to supply you with every country, but unfortunately I'd probably be here all day. I'm starting to forget Game is even a thing as well. With the way we just get games online now, we don't... Even if you order from Game itself, you still order it online. I haven't been into a game store. This is even like before the pandemic stuff. I haven't been into a game store in a long time. You can pre-order the deluxe edition, yes. The Q2 thing, Ethan, is a big thing. Like, I'm really glad, because I debated with myself when I first saw the news about the game coming out in Q2. I thought to myself, like, is this standard? Is this really not anything new to report? But the amount of comments I get about the game possibly coming in March. So honestly, I do think it narrows it down. It takes away any unlikelihoods they would be, but any unlikelihoods of this coming in July, which we now know is not a thing. Look, I think it's going to be May. I'm surprised how many people are thinking that we're going with a May the 4th release date. While I'd love that, I realistically just don't see this happening. I think that's far too coincidental. I also don't understand why they would hide the date in the first place if it was going to be May the 4th. Maybe that's because they're not yet aware if they had a release date in the first place, but that to me seems a bit silly that they'd hide it if it was May 4th. It could just be embargoes anyway, but the game will not come in July, no. Will there be random battles on planets? There is. It was confirmed in the latest PlayStation article that there's going to be a random encounters system where you can just be fighting on a planet. So the one they use in the magazine, I believe, is Tatooine. You can be fighting on Tatooine, and there's a battle between the Rebels and the Imperials. And you can actually choose which side you want to fight for. So they weren't too specific, so I'm thinking, like, say there's a battle between the Rebels and the Imperials and you're playing as Leia, and you decide to start a fight with the Rebels, would the Imperials just back you? They didn't really make that part clear or not, but from what I and so many others gathered from that magazine is that if you see that battle taking place, you can decide which side you want to help. So obviously, I think that's pretty cool, and it begs the question as well, what if you're on Tatooine? Which era is it going to be? Judging by the magazine, it's going to be the original trilogy era, but will there be that option to visit Tatooine in the prequel era, even the sequel era? Will that option be there? I'm not too sure. Are there any pre-order bonuses? We know all the pre-order bonuses are I just realised we got a lot of people here, so hello everyone. But the pre-order bonuses are if you get the deluxe edition. This is if you get the physical or the digital deluxe edition. But either one, you will receive all 6 of the character packs, which I'm once again going to try and do off the top of my head, which is 2 Mandalorian packs, Bad Batch, Rogue One, Solo, and classic characters. Was that all 6? Because I wasn't counting, to be honest. I probably should have. If you get... so that is with physical or digital edition of the deluxe edition. By the way, PC only has a digital. I don't know why that is. But if you get the physical edition of the deluxe edition, so it has to be physical, you will get the Luke Skywalker with blue milk minifigure. Which I don't collect Lego sets anymore. I used to when I was younger, but I was expecting something a bit better. I'm not expecting like the most amazing minifigure ever, but I just think it's a bit underwhelming, honestly. I get why they did it, because it's out of the holiday special, and they originally wanted the two to coincide a bit more than they are. Obviously the delay hasn't helped that. But what was the one The Force Awakens with Stormtrooper Finn? That's still a bit lackluster, because I can't remember it. I'd still have it somewhere in my house, but I think it had like the red markings on there, the red blood markings, which is kind of cool, but at the same time, I mean, Luke with blue milk around his mouth isn't terrible. It's just kind of an add-on to already Farm Boy Luke, isn't it? Do you think Switch could run this game decently? Well, it's coming out on the Nintendo Switch. I have never played the Switch. I've never actually done too much research into the Nintendo Switch in general, mainly because I never really cared to buy one. But I'm guessing if the game is coming out on Switch, then they will have designed it to a level that it can work on Nintendo Switch without any issues, so I wouldn't worry about it not working. Surprisingly, a lot of people still don't know the game is on Switch, which gets me every time. I don't understand how nobody knows that. Or, not nobody, a lot of people don't. There's an invisible wall there. I'm good, Ethan. How are you? Do you think there will be Clone Wars planets in the Clone Wars expansion pack? We don't know if there's going to be a Clone Wars expansion pack yet, Battle Droid, so I'd keep that in mind first of all. If there is any sort of DLC, I think it will be characters only. I think the one thing we have to bear in mind here, like it or not, is this is the Skywalker Saga, and look, I want to see a bunch of Clone Wars planets. Of course I do, but this is mainly about the 9 movies, and I think that is going to be their focus. There may be bits here and there. Honestly, I do think characters like Ahsoka and Ventress will be in the game in some form. Whether that means they're in the game via DLC pack that we just don't yet know about, maybe in the way I've predicted at least, that means they're going to be in the game via collectibles like the Kyber bricks, mini kits, anything like that. We still don't know if red bricks, gold bricks are going to be in there, which is surprising. But whether it's due to that, I don't know. But I do think characters like Ahsoka and Ventress and Rex will be in there. Not to worry about characters, or clones rather, like Cody or Bly, because they'll make it into the game via the Skywalker Saga, but Rex wouldn't. So I think Rex, Ahsoka, Ventress will be in the game somehow. I can't confirm that. With Ahsoka, she is in one of the physical Lego sets, which has a Lego sticker on the back, which I take in my personal mind as confirmation. I know I'm aware a lot of people don't like to, which is fine, but I'd say that's pretty false marketing on Lego's part. So you don't have... I take it as confirmed in my head, but you don't have to, is what I'm saying. You say, of course, there'll be Clone Wars stuff, but they seem to be promoting their newer stuff more, like the Bad Batch, like the Mandalorian. I don't think, unfortunately, Clone Wars is a given. Anything out of the movies is a given, as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, Commander Cody, Commander Bly, but I wouldn't say characters like Rex and Ahsoka, although I think they'll be in there, are 100% as much as someone like Darth Vader or Anakin. Yeah, Poe is in the game, Lord of Hobbits. We know that. We know that one. You got the Ahsoka set with the Ahsoka Trooper, the AAT one. I saw that. it's sold out here. But you know how I was saying I don't like, not that I don't like, I don't buy the physical Lego sets anymore. And the reason for that actually was because I got a bit fed up of how bad some of them were in the last few years. But there was one that's like supposed to be released this year. I don't think there's any pictures, but the throne room from Mandalore with Ahsoka and Maul. I'll buy that. 100% I will buy that. So I'm hoping that's a real thing. I'm guessing it will be because these things seem to be real. Will we get clone variations? I hope. There was a lot of inaccurate clones in that trailer, as I pointed out in my video back in August. But I think they will fix that, honestly. Let's find a new question. Why are people asking me if Poe's going to be in the game? That's an obvious one, isn't it? Ahsoka will be in the game because of the Mandalorian. Look, I'm not doing Mandalorian spoilers now. Like, oh, spoiler alerts. It's been too long. If you don't want to be spoiled for the Mandalorian, somehow leave. For your own good. I'm not telling you to leave because I don't want you. Leave for your own good. But Ahsoka will be... I was referring to Clone Wars Ahsoka. Ahsoka's going to make it in one of those 2 Mandalorian character packs. So we know Ahsoka will be in the game. I was talking about Clone Wars Ahsoka, which I still think will be in the game. If there's not a Clone Wars DLC, she'll be in as some sort of extra. I have no doubt they're going to put Clone Wars Ahsoka in there. Characters like Rex, because Rex doesn't have the benefit of the Mandalorian as of yet. I don't know what's in store for the future. Could be in the Bad Batch, but... Really, that you're going to add Rex into the game via a Bad Batch DLC? That seems a bit boring. Anyway, let me just point out, everyone, that this is now my 3rd attempt at doing this level in free play, because if I walk over there, usually this game crashes. And it's not a physical edition. This is the digital edition. There's a lot of glitches, I'll admit to you, with the original trilogy game and playing it on Xbox One. There's a lot. And this could be it now. It could freeze. If I get past this room, it will be the first time I've ever got past this room on free play. I'm honestly, you can see me keep coming back here. I'm scared to do it because this will be the 3rd time I've worked, and this will mean if it does it a 3rd time, it will mean that I honestly will not be able to complete this game, which is kind of sad. But that is what it's going to mean if I can't get past this part. So I'll finish off all these, get the studs, so I don't have to do it a 4th time if we do get past, because you never know what could happen. But I am expecting a crash here. It's not going to be out of the blue. Do you think Grogu will be his own character, or do you think he'll be carried? I honestly think Grogu will be his own character. I think we saw that especially with the Force Awakens game, and how stereotypical characters that wouldn't be their own characters, like Jabba the Hutt, the Wampa, and we know the Wampa's going to be in the next game already, are incorporated to their own. I think small characters, really small characters like Grogu, like the Porgs, will be their own characters, but there may also be a feature. Now, I'm not too sure about this one, but there may also be a feature to put Grogu, for example, on the Mandalorian's back or on the IG-11's back. Now, I doubt that a bit more, because then that would take away the playability from whoever's using the character. Maybe if you're doing it on your own, but we'll see. You see how scared I am to do this. Scared of a Lego game. All make fun of me. I'm scared of a Lego game. I'm scared of it failing. This is it. You're all here to witness this. This is where the level crashed 2 times in a row. Is it going to be a 3rd? I'm not going to say anything until we're in the next room. I think we made it. How was that? What? I honestly thought that was it. I honestly thought I was going to have to confess that I'm never going to complete this game, but we've done it. We've done the well, we've not done the level yet, but we've done the part that kept crashing. What an important moment this is for mankind. Truly wonderful. Truly wonderful. Let's find a question. Let's find a new question. Have I tried Googling why the game crashes at this point? No, but we seem to have survived it. Jabba was in LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. I remember playing as him, because it was an experience and a half. Do people remember that? Do you remember playing as Jabba the Hutt in The Force Awakens? Because I do. Well, why are there 200 people here this week? I have no idea, but welcome everyone. Like and subscribe if you're new, I would appreciate it. I have no idea why people are here in such numbers this week. However, I'm not complaining either. You are here to witness history. This mission has worked without crashing. History in the making right now. And it is the room where Darth Vader laid out a lovely meal for his daughter. And then his daughter's boyfriend came in and just started shooting up the place. Such a sad scene. Really felt sorry for Darth Vader in that scene. Brings a tear to my eye every time. Anyway. My most anticipated boss battle is honestly... Look, I want it to be the throne room with Palpatine, Vader and Luke. But I'm a bit worried they won't include Palpatine's lightsaber, which is a big loss if they don't. But even with his lightsaber, I'm looking forward to the Duel of the Heroes, or the is that what we call it? Do we call it the Duel of the Heroes, or whatever you want to call it, between Anakin and Obi-Wan in Episode 3? What do we call it? Is it Duel of the Heroes? Is it Duel of the Fates? Is Episode 1? But that's the one for me. Because, like I always say, the way when the video game, the original LEGO Star Wars game was being made, the Episode 3 was being made at the same time, so that's why Episode 3 isn't that accurate in the original game. So I'm looking forward to seeing Episode 3 done right. Because off the mission of the Mustafar level, but something me and my friend noticed while we played the complete saga last year, was that when you play the mission on Coruscant, when you go back to the temple, it's not even Coruscant. There's like mountains in the distance, and it's just not Coruscant. So I don't know how they could have got that one wrong, because no excuses. Coruscant had been in the 2 prior movies, but they got it wrong either way. So that was kind of weird. Battle of the Heroes. That's it. Why did I say Duel of the Heroes? Battle of the Heroes. That's the one. My favourite lightsaber fight, and I forget it. I'm also, look, I'm openly not the biggest sequel fan, but I am looking forward to the Battle of Exegol between Rey, Kylo and Palpatine, because I think, look, LEGO games can make movies or scenes that not many of us, or I say not many of us, some of us don't like and some of us do like. Look, I don't actually mind the Exegol scenes as scenes, but I think the LEGO games always make some of the boring parts of any movies quite fun. So I'm really looking forward to the Battle of Exegol, honestly. I think it's going to be so fun, and hopefully we can give Palpatine a lightsaber as well. If Palpatine gets a lightsaber in both, because I do think his fight against Windu will be in the game, and we know he's going to get one in that. So if Palpatine can get a lightsaber in the battle against Luke and Vader and the battle against Kylo and Rey, then I'm going to be pretty happy. That satisfies me. In the meantime, how did we only get 7 mini-kits? How the hell did I miss any? I did so... we'll keep it for now. At least we know that the level doesn't always crash, which is kind of good. Anyway, let's do the next mission, but I'm glad that didn't crash. Keep your questions coming, everyone. Why is my name orange? I don't know why YouTube makes my name orange in the chat. It just does. I suppose to identify it's me. That is a top tier level. I love that level when it's not crashing. So at least we got the red brick. We just got to get 3 mini kits next time out. Where's the mission against Vader? Have we done that? We've not done. Might as well do Cloud City Trap. I did a lot of the vehicle missions when I was getting invincibility off stream. So we'll still have to go back, maybe do True Jedi, find a few mini kits on them, but for the most part they're done. Where do I think the most explorable place is going to be? I think all will be balanced to some degree, Mr. Maestro, but I do think some will be bigger than others, and I'd say the biggest are going to be Coruscant, for starters, Tatooine, which Tatooine may not actually be the most fun place to explore. Alright, when you're finding iconic movie locations like the Mos Eisley Cantina, which the lead designer confirmed is just an area that you visit. He's actually confirmed that when I was researching my 5 hints video from around a week ago. I found that out. But the Mos Eisley Cantina is just one area of many areas. So when you find that's probably going to make you smile. Or when you find, I don't know, maybe, well, what other iconic places are there on Tatooine? The spaceport, Mos Eisley spaceport. But when you're just exploring random desert parts, which I think they'll balance out. I don't think they'll have too much space that is just desert, because they probably won't see the point. But when you're exploring those parts, it might be quite a boring planet. Whereas Coruscant, I think, will be a lot of people's favourite, honestly. I know it's going to be mine. Well, I hope it's going to be mine. You never know. I could be shocked. But Coruscant is just going to offer so much to this game. To see it... Alright, not in the level of graphics that it could have had with Star Wars Battlefront 2, but to see Coruscant in a LEGO game, honestly, I think in my mind I kind of prefer that. Because I do prefer the LEGO games are like the most fun Star Wars games in my opinion, without a doubt. That maybe sounds crazy. I'm not saying I would have turned down Coruscant in Battlefront 2, I wouldn't have, but if you'd given me the option I would have picked the LEGO game, as crazy as that sounds. This is the type of person you're dealing with. Why does Darth Vader breathe in the gas in The Force Awakens and not the complete saga? What do you mean he breathes in the gas? Oh, is that a feature? I need to go back and play it, honestly. But they will switch mechanics around. It's like you could argue, why can't C-3PO pull levers in this game? But I'm pretty sure C-3PO can pull levers in The Force Awakens game. I suppose it's just about making things better, giving better mechanics, everything like that. I think it works, honestly. Alright, look, the LEGO games aren't canon. They don't have to be as consistent as everything else, I'd say. So it works for me. What's my favourite LEGO set? Probably my Legendary Republic gunship I never fail to mention in any stream that I have. It's the Attack of the Clones one from 2013, I believe, which I still have today. I also have the Malevolence in one of my drawers, but I admit I was a bit disappointed with the set overall. There's not that much room in there. You pretty much can't fit all the characters in there together unless you want to squash them in. But it's still a nice set visually to look at. Just kind of the interior is a bit terrible, I'll be honest. Can we jump to light speed as fast travel in free roam? I think you can, yes. I think it's going to operate a lot like The Force Awakens. From what they've said, what they've hinted at, that is exactly how it's going to work. I mean, there's no other way that you're going to travel, for me, in a game like this other than hyperspace. Whether it will be well, it will be a cutscene. Well, it might not be a cutscene. It might be... Think of Fallen Order, actually. Because I remember how it works in The Force Awakens. You get like the hyperspace lane up on your screen and you can just fly the Falcon from side to side. It's a bit underwhelming. Fallen Order, where you kind of just sit in the cockpit and you talk and you do whatever while you're traveling from hyperspace. I can pretty much guarantee you, I think that's how it's going to work in the next game. I can't 100% confirm that. They may just go for the same as they did with The Force Awakens, where you fly from side to side in a hyperspace lane, but I don't know. I think they're going to go Fallen Order style for me. And that would be pretty fun. Hello, Rian. Will they have clone legions? Obviously, as I've pointed out already, the clone mistakes are pretty annoying, so I'm hoping they fix them. What does worry me about that is even if they fix them, I hope the clone knowledge is a bit better. Because for them to execute the legions properly, they're going to need to have this clone knowledge, which right now I wouldn't say they have that clone knowledge, really. So I hope there's going to be legions in the game. It still could be unlikely, just because even though the clone legions are there in the movies, they're not a prominent part. I think major clones like Cody, like Bly, are going to be in there. I think you're going to have your regular Phase 2 clone, your regular Phase 1 clone. Whether you're going to have your regular Phase 212, not Phase, whether you're going to have your regular 212 clone or your regular 501st, I mean, maybe the 501st, because they're in quite a big scene, but I don't know about the others. Can we go in there? You just die, nothing happens. Okay, well. Will there be an Order 66 scene or mission? The scene has to be in there, because they're including the voice lines for a reason. They are now telling us the story. If you play the old LEGO Star Wars games and you've never seen the movies, you're probably not going to follow that story very well, are you? But the way they're doing it now with the voice lines is that they're very focused on telling the story. So they're going to need to include a lot of scenes. Now obviously they're going to have to shorten down here 2-hour plus movies, but there's still going to be crucial parts in there. Like, for example, the Order 66 scene. That's a key part that was missed out of that original LEGO game, obviously, like I've said, because they were making Revenge of the Sith at the time and probably didn't have the access they needed to execute it in the right way. But still, I think it's a crucial part. Order 66, the scene needs to be in there. Do I think there's going to be a level? I honestly do. Whether it will be in the main 5 levels or whether it will be a bonus level, but I do think there'll be one in there. Do you think duels like Anakin versus Obi-Wan or Mace versus Palpatine will be 2 plane fights? That's the big one, isn't it? Nowadays, when you look at how LEGO games have evolved. Because I would say to you, for the first one with Palpatine and Windu, now if they were to have made that back in the day, like I've seen people make mods of it, what do? You put your second player as Kit Fisto, because he's the most prominent Jedi in that scene who doesn't die. But then, nowadays, do you make it so the AI is Palpatine, and if the AI wants to play along, it becomes Palpatine as well? Or do you make it that it becomes Kit Fisto? It's a difficult one. And this all depends on their outlook, nowadays, on how they manage those levels. I think there's a chance that the second player in a mission like that could be Palpatine, because they'll want some consistency. Because in that Anakin versus Obi-Wan level, the second player has to be Anakin. You can't have someone else following one of them around. Like, you can't have Padme there. I don't believe we can have another Cody and Obi-Wan versus Grievous. And I think we see that from the trailer. I honestly think the second player would be Grievous. So that is probably the way I think it's logically going to go. Is that the second player will be the enemy you're fighting, unless it's like, for example, Vader and Luke, where you've already got your second player on your side in that situation. Are all DLCs released with the game, or will some come later? Now this was a good point actually that someone mentioned in my comments section, because I just thought that they'll all come together, and then they reminded me of how that wasn't the case in The Force Awakens, and also how they didn't actually say this part I'm about to say, but it made me think. It's not actually specified, is it, in the description if they're all releasing at once. So there is a chance they could come over time, which is, this was the point where I was saying in my video that I didn't think there were going to be live service. I didn't think there was going to be live service in this game. But technically, if the skin packs are released one by one and they're not all in there at launch and they do come over time, no matter how long or short that period is, that is still classed as live service, which is a pretty bad live service. It's not a live service I'm complaining about, because I honestly didn't expect the game to get live service. But in terms of me saying I don't think there'll be a live service in my latest video, if the skin packs are released one by one, that actually does deem the game a live service game, no matter how long that goes on for, how short that goes on for, or how short a period of a time that goes on for. Which is kind of annoying, but still, once again, I don't think there's going to be any DLC levels, because it would have had to have been in the game's description, like The Force Awakens was. What are Kyber bricks going to be used for? Now, it's not very clear, honestly, what they're going to be used for. There is no... People can take their guesses and give you a well-educated answer, which I've tried to do multiple times, but it's honestly unclear. We know there's 952 of them, that's confirmed, and we know you get them around the planets. They're on several different planets. We also don't know if you can earn them by doing objectives. It's so unclear right now what Kyber bricks are for. Now, this is something that, with the promotion, we talk about a trailer, we talk about a release date, but what we also need is we need some information on how things are going to work, like Kyber Bricks, for example. And right now, we're not really getting that, so it's such a big point, but it's such a difficult one to answer, unfortunately. So I'm sorry about that one, but the Kyber Bricks situation just gets... It's just kind of more and more questionable, shady, up in the air. What will happen? What will happen with Kyber Bricks? One day we will know, but right now we don't have a clue what's going to happen. What Marvel producer joined Star Wars? I have no idea on that one, actually. These doors are a bit weird. They're not letting me through. Look at this. It took me ages to get through that one. Now I can't get back. Imagine I get stuck here. Wicket, go through. I'm not abusing stormtroopers, I promise you. The doors are abusing me. Right, here we go. It lets me through now. How many editions of the game can you choose from? Now, look, the main ones, Connor, are Standard and Deluxe. But there are all these kind of not fan-made editions. For example, you have an Amazon edition of the game. And in this Amazon edition, the classic character pack is confirmed, which if you got it's included in the standard edition, which if you got the standard edition, not on Amazon, that wouldn't be included. Then if you go to Smith's Toys here in the UK, there's a Lego X-Wing, a mini one included. They're kind of like just add-ons that these companies have put on themselves, or I'm sure they've had to ask permission, but they're selected to certain retailers. But the main editions are Deluxe or Standard. The Deluxe edition has all 6 of the character packs, plus if it's the physical edition, the Luke Skywalker with Blue Milk minifigure. But also there's the Harning Carbonite Steelbook case, which you can get over here in the UK at Game or in the US at Target. And if you're in North America only, which is only North America, so if you're in the other parts of America, it's not for you either. But you can get the Darth Vader sleeve case, which allows you to pull off the sleeve and remove Vader's helmet, which I'm so annoyed is not coming to the UK. I'm going to try and get one shipped over, depending on the price. I'll take on any job for the right price, as Cad Bane would say. That's in terms of editions, how this game is going to work. So hopefully that one helps you out. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys, as well, if you're new. I would appreciate it very much. Right, R2, get on there. We've nearly killed the Dark Lord of the Sith. Alright, run away, Vader, run away. The character customizer, Dead Loser, is another blank space, but I always refer back to this just to get people ready in case something happens, but at the same time it's just a leak. But there was a leak back in the summer that the character customizer was causing issues in the game and had been delayed to DLC. Now that was before the game had been delayed in the first place, but that is about it. That's all we know about the character customizer. This is what I mean, where there's so many blank spaces with this game right now, where we are just not finding out the information we should be. And granted, I'd say there's still time for it now, but if we don't know anything like a month from now, or even like 2 weeks from now, it starts to get really worrying, in my opinion. It honestly does. Alright, R2, I'm gonna need you to go over there. Will there be Clone Wars in the game? We know whatever Clone Wars stuff is in the movies will most likely be in there. In terms of other Clone Wars content, we don't yet know. There's no DLC. I mean, the Bad Batch skin pack or character pack is there. That will include all 5 members of the Bad Batch, obviously. What else it will include, I don't know. And it's another blank spot. But when those 6 character packs were revealed, and none of them were... Well, Rebels, I still want Rebels in there, but I'm not as shocked to not see it in there, but when I don't see the Clone Wars in there, it was shocking to me, honestly. With how big of a thing it was, especially last year, considering the game was supposed to release last year and you had the Clone Wars come out in the same year. It was shocking to me to not see Clone Wars in the game. Or any type of DLC surrounding it. Vader's gone now. Has he? Nope. Sending more minions to do his work. Will droids get hit by stormtroopers? I hope not. I don't think that will be a case. I think it's just a tradition at this point for that not to be a thing. There was always something unique for me about the droids not getting hit by droids or not being seen by enemies or not being targeted by enemies. Gave you that sense of security. Are there any characters from any other movies that I'd like to see? The one I say every week is Indiana Jones, just because you got a new Indiana Jones Lego game coming out, and I think to pay homage to the original Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, with the Indiana Jones feature in there, I think it would be cool if they added that back in. You watch a little trailer, or you can even do a little mission. I think the trailer thing is more likely, and you unlock Indiana Jones. I'd really like to see that. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys, if you're new. Let's try and get 150 likes on today's stream, considering there seems to be a few more people than usual. Hello, Champion Tube as well. How are you doing? Will there be random planet battles? Yes, random encounters confirmed in the latest PlayStation magazines. So the example used, you can be on Tatooine, and then there's a battle between the Rebels and the Imperials taking place, and you can decide which side you want to help. Which I think, what would be great in that situation is if you're playing as a bounty hunter. That would make it even more realistic about choosing the side you want and having no allegiance to anyone. Oh wow, Vader, you just left me. That's so nice of you. And again. WAG 2, Rian, I don't think WAG 2 is going to make it. Maybe if we get a Clone Wars game sequel, we'll see WAG 2, but I honestly don't think he's going to be in there. Hello, Jet, as well. How are you doing? Will we be able to abuse Ewoks? I mean, considering the way you guys talk about me, the question should be, will FGG be able to abuse Ewoks? Which I'd probably think yes, even though I'm not an Ewok abuser. I'm not. But I do think you'll be able to abuse Ewoks in the game, which is so nice, isn't it? So nice for me. Can you blow that up over there or not? Well, I didn't mean to do that, but hey, we got 9 out of 10. And the missions are crashing. Oh, that's a cloud car. Wow, it's a red one. I've never seen a red one before. I've seen orange and I've seen blue. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you all. We've unlocked the Lego City mission. Would you like me to play the Lego City mission? We did it while I was off stream, getting True Jedi and stuff. I got enough gold bricks. Would you like me to play the Lego City mission on Lego Star Wars right now? Comment yes or no in the chat. Only once, so I don't get confused about more than one vote per person. If we can buy the Death Star, can we shoot on random planets? Nixian, I would say no. Now, I know there was that weird level of feature in the Force Awakens where you could be Starkiller Base and blow up all these planets, but that was kind of a bit of an extra. I don't think in the open world element you'll be able to purchase the Death Star, take control of it, and blow up planets. You may see it blowing up one from like a window or something, but that is about it, I would say. Right, people want the Lego City mission. I completely forgot, but I think there's a few important gold bricks we've acquired there, honestly. So I'd say that's a win. We will now go to Lego City, and we're not even an hour in. This has actually been very successful today in terms of missions. So Lego City it is. It's around here somewhere. There it is, that gold door. I built it for you and everything. Had it all ready. This is the mission, isn't it? Let's be the Emperor for this one. Yeah, yes, definitely one there. Do you think there'll be a super story? Super story, I'm not sure. because it's not the most well-received feature, is it? The super story. And it's not exactly an essential thing either. I think there was no super story in the Clone Wars game, which was kind of in the middle of old and new in the transition of LEGO games. There was no super story in the Force Awakens game. Now, yeah, you could argue and go back to that sentence I always use, that this is the biggest LEGO Star Wars game of all time, but I don't personally see super story making it in. I just don't feel it was beloved enough to warrant a slot in the game. I also don't think the blue mini-kits will return. They've pretty much never returned since the complete saga, which I completely understand. They were just not very popular, were they? But, anyway, we find ourselves here in a LEGO city. This is wonderful. What do you think? Do you think we can get the 1 million studs? Vader and the Emperor just going crazy at the playground. I wouldn't want to see Palpatine at the playground, honestly. God knows what he'd do. Stop abusing objects. I can't win, can I? Do you think the duel between Ben Kenobi and Vader is going to be playable? I think it's going to be playable. Honestly, I have no idea why that was not a mission in the old games. Like, the way you just saw it through the window, to me, was bizarre. There was no excuse that the movie hadn't been out. They hadn't seen it. The movie had been out. I can assure you of that. So, really, to me, I never quite understood why that mission wasn't in the game. But do I think it's going to be in the new one? Yes, I do. I think it's very easy to combine both of the 2 ground Death Star missions in this game into one mission, and also the same with the two Tatooine missions. So I think it will go secret plans on the Tantive mission, 1 Tatooine mission, 1 Death Star mission as Han and the other guys, and then at the end you play as Ben Kenobi, maybe, and then the escape mission. So maybe you will keep the 2 Death Star missions, and then the final blow up mission, or you could have the mission as Luke and Han and all those as the first Death Star mission, then a whole mission dedicated to Obi-Wan versus Vader. So it depends, but I do think they're going to get every lightsaber fight out of the movie that was crucial. So that unfortunately doesn't include Coleman Trebor versus Jango Fett and Count Dooku. But every crucial lightsaber fight that played a part in the story, I do think that will feature in the game. Even if it's not a mission, because James McLaughlin, the lead designer, has stated multiple times that missions that don't make it into the main 5 for each episode will just feature as bonus missions, which is really encouraging, actually. Not blow up this house? Apparently not. Make a video breaking down each of your predictions and how the levels will go. I've seen a lot of videos like that already, though. And honestly, look, I know I make a lot of, like, I know I made my video yesterday where I was predicting what would happen next week as far as news, but I felt like there was evidence to go along with that. But I honestly think people are past the point of predictions. Look, I'm not saying everybody doesn't enjoy them, I'm sure a lot of people do, but I know the vast majority, especially from the comments I get alone, are past the point of predictions. We just want some actual news now, so there's probably no point predicting the levels at this point anymore. Will there be linear maps? It's unclear. It's unclear right now whether each map will work where you gotta follow an objective or whether you can just do whatever. I mean, suppose there's free roam to do whatever, and there's the missions where you can follow a formula. And yeah, so it's a LEGO game, isn't it, really? I suppose you can do whatever you want. We're all going to complete it sooner or later. I'm just saying, of course we will. Oh, the house is falling down. build that tractor. Love how the stud magnet is just automatically in this mission. It makes life a lot easier. And we've built an ATST. Who is this Princess AV Customs and why is it not named Dennis? What? I don't have any idea what you're going on about, Tyler. No idea what you're going on about, honestly. Next question anyway. How big do you think the planets will be? For example, Tatooine is there Mos Eisley and then completely desert. Well, they've confirmed there's Mos Eisley. They've confirmed there's a cantina. I think even in desert areas, so even in kind of more rural areas where there's not much going on, I still think there'll be characters there waiting for you to maybe complete a mission and come back and get some studs, or you maybe get kyber bricks by doing that. It depends, really. But I think even the kind of smaller areas will have something going on there. That's just a given with a game. I think they don't want any area that's boring and you don't want to visit. Every area needs to have a meaning. The demon, let's see. There's a cool glitch that can be done in this game. I'm willing to try it, sure. What's the glitch? Tell me. Tell me the glitch and we'll give it a go. Raining studs. No, don't do that. No. Right. So many studs. It is crazy to think we have to scrounge for information. I was honestly thinking this week, because the amount of info we've got this week, but none of it has been official info posted by TT Games, has it? We've had to go on full-on discovery missions to find out some of this info, and then obviously one person has it, posts it online, everybody has it, which is kind of the situation. But it shouldn't be like that. The transparency has been awful. And look, I give TT Games, the actual developers working on the game, because it's not their fault. They're not the marketing and the distribution team, but those guys are doing a great job. Every time I watch an interview with one of them, they seem like they're really dedicated to delivering a great game, but the marketing department are diabolical. I think it's fair to say even Battlefront had a better marketing department than TT Games, and I'd be embarrassed if I was told that. I hate this part where I gotta build the word Lego. I'm gonna be here all year trying to do it. It's like, and the G never works. The G never works how I want it to in my head. No, don't force that. Well, look, we've destroyed all this now. And we've built a mini house inside of a house. Oh, that is unbelievable right now. You take those spider droids and you have to walk them into the hole. If you both die at the same time, you'll be able to change the droid to another NPC. Well, so you take the spider droids and you have to walk them into the hole. Both die. Alright, what hole? So first of all I need to find the spider droids, which I've walked past, but I know they're in this mission. I mean, I've done this mission so many times and I still forget how to 100% do it every time. Like, I always get to about 900,000 something and then forget how to do the rest. But when I come to the spider droids, we'll try it. Will there be random land battles? Yeah, we've said this now. Whether in terms of, because obviously we've had the comment about the Rebels and the Imperials, but whether in the Clone Wars, for example, you go in Geonosis and there's a battle taking place, whether that will be to like a larger scale, like reminiscent of maybe the Clone Wars Lego game, because obviously the Clone Wars was a much bigger battle than the Galactic Civil War. I don't know, but it'd be cool if that was a lot bigger, I think. Oh, these lampposts are destroyable, like. That's good. We're hopefully going to hit 500,000 now. Which will mean we're halfway there. Like and subscribe, guys, if you're enjoying this epic Lego City gameplay on Lego Star Wars The Original Trilogy. Co-op is not confirmed to be available yet. I can only hope. I mean, I think split-screen co-op is always going to be a thing in games. Whether there'll be online co-op with 2 or more people, or just 2 people, we don't yet know, unfortunately. That's the magic house. Gotta love the magic house. Right, well that's quite a bit. We'll get that later. Oh, that's no, that's not the spider droid. That's the Wookiee gunship. It might be easier with a blaster character. We'll try it. I was kind of fed up of using a blaster character, honestly. Oh, I didn't get Boba, did I? Doesn't matter. Now it's time for the spam. Yoda does look weird in this game, but in the next game we're going to have the new and improved Yoda, and we're also going to have the classic Yoda, hopefully, in the classic character pack. I can't remember if in my video where I predicted the character packs I included Yoda or not, but if I didn't, I'm including him now. I definitely think he's going to be in there. So I have this weird feeling that I stupidly did not include Yoda in that. One speeder back here? Yep. Why would you get hearts on this mission? It's not like you can die, is it? Right, well, we gotta do this, which is easy until the G, and until things don't want to force. Inky, welcome. Oh, so it's not on this level, D-Man, so there's no spider droids on this level, then. Well, I mean, I can try and I can try and get on the Jabba's Palace mission. I feel like I did it last week, but I don't think we've done everything on it, so it depends if we can get onto it, but I'll give it a go, definitely. Here it is. The bloody G. The G. The G that scars me for life. Is that it? Did we do it? Is that how the G is supposed to look? Because it's the way the G looks that always stops me doing this. You'd think the amount of times I've done it now. Oh no, wait, I got it first time. Look at that. Nobody can bully me for it today. I spelt Lego. At the grand age of 21, I can spell the word Lego without any fuss. That deserves a medal right there. I swore? I don't believe I swore. I keep it PG here. Guys, like and subscribe if you're new as well. Will Phase 1 Cody and Rex and Phase 2 Cody and Rex and Jek 14 being Lego Star Wars? I know who Jek 14 is, actually. I remember he's from one of the Lego TV shows. I found this out in my research. I don't think he'll be in the game, no. Phase 2 Cody will definitely be in the game because he's part of the movies. Phase 1 and 2 Rex and Phase 1 Cody? I'm not sure. Once again, I think the Clone Wars characters like Rex could make it into the game. Whether that's via DLC, whether that's via bonus missions or finding mini-kits or Kyberix or whatever. But I think if they were to put Rex in, it would just be Phase 2. Phase 1 Cody, once again, we don't really see that in the movies, do we? So I don't know if that is also likely or not. We'll honestly just have to wait and see. But Phase 2 Cody is a definite, as far as I'm concerned. There we go. Are we in this now? No? What about now? How do we activate that? This is where the mission gets really annoying, because you have to find those small little things that you've not yet done and try and activate them. It's just never fun, is it? It's fun until this point, this level. This is where it really starts to just get a bit annoying. Can we complete it though? That is the question. The antennas on the house? Oh yeah, I see them. Alright, you got me. Thank you. Who said that? Of course it's D-Man again. He's like, you're giving me all the tips here right now. How did I not see them moving? I know there's something over there. Before I do, I can see those over there that need building. Exactly, I want a gold medal for being able to spell Lego. I think that's my biggest achievement. I'm just bullying myself at this point. I know we got to get in the cars and that activates something. What do we actually need this for, though? Those windows need forcing. In fact, we've not been to this. No, we have been to this house. Will there be cheat codes in Skywalker Saga? This is the one I always get confused about a bit. Because I think in this day and age, can there really be, you know, the big cheat codes like the invincibility, the ×10 score? Can there really be those type of cheat codes on day one? I honestly don't think that will work. But at the same time, it's a tradition. Now, this is something I've struggled to find when researching, but when were cheat codes available for their specified LEGO Star Wars games after launch? For example, how far after the Clone Wars game were the cheat codes actually available for those for the specific in-game tool or character it was related to? Because I'd say that's a big part on if they're available or not. But maybe they'll just say no to cheat codes. We know there's going to be an option for codes to be in the game because of obviously the stuff with Sidious, the Razor Crest, all these things. So there's going to be the option in there. So it would surprise me with these Lego codes that they're giving out in the sets if there's no inclusion whatsoever of any type of cheat codes. But I don't know, because it would make things in a way too easy, and that's something I think they're going to be wanting to avoid. So I really don't know with that one, but it's only a matter of time. There's going to be some form of cheat codes. It's just a question of how many cheat codes will there be. Every game has every LEGO game has cheat codes, yeah. But the world we live in now, where everything is online, like people will have the game completed in a day. Maybe it will take a while for these codes to release publicly, which would make more sense to me. But at the same time, say I spend like 4 months trying to complete the game, and then someone else just comes along with cheat codes. I'd feel a bit hardly done to there. Or harshly done to, sorry. Yeah, I have, Tyler. I pushed the pushy thing, as you're calling it. Oh, there's a lot here, isn't there? Right, let's go and put this over there. I know we gotta do something with the flowers. But, we're doing alright. 873. Could be a lot worse. I'll put it that way. Maybe it's with the banthas. We're going to go over the flowers. It's with something. If there's no cheat codes, we will riot. I won't be happy if there's no cheat codes, but at the same time, it's just, it will surprise me if there's cheat codes on day one. Because we're all just going to have it completed all this time for the biggest LEGO Star Wars game of all time. And everybody has everything on day one with cheat codes. Can people honestly see that happening? Because it is possible. It is possible. Right, apparently if I shoot this... Okay. Okay. This is going to get us somewhere. This is going to get us to 900, hopefully. Well, maybe not. Nearly, though. Nearly. Go on a rampage with this thing. Okay. Another one over here. Possibly. No? Wow, the house. What's the house doing? Imagine if the house glitches me over the top of the wall. Maybe we could try that? What am I abusing now? The houses. There's not anyone even in these houses. Will the dark saber be in the game? Yeah, well, I have no 100% confirmation of this, but considering Moff Gideon will most likely be in one of those Mandalorian character packs, they've got to put it in there. As far as I'm concerned, it must be in there. And I said a few weeks ago that the Darksaber wasn't in the Force Awakens game, because the Force Awakens game is the one I'm least familiar with. Because I don't own it still. I did. I 100% completed it. You can check the achievements on my profile if you don't believe me. But I am going to get it back once I've done this original trilogy game. Because I still think there'll be enough time to get it in before the Skywalker Saga, which is good. Right, now we are officially on 900. Can we get those windmills actually as well? No, we can't. 932. Oh, land speeder. Right. Maybe this guy can run over the flowers. I mean, all we've got left to try is the Tauntauns. You do? Oh, you eat the flowers of the land speeder? Is that it? We can try. If not, it's the Tauntauns, which I don't know why it would be the Tauntauns. Hello, Titan, welcome to the stream. Alright, maybe it is that. Right, we got a purple. Thanks, Tyler. You got me a purple. But apparently the purple is it right now. We can try doing it on all the flowers, maybe. Tauntauns, what do you want me to call them? Tauntauns, Tauntauns, like that. You want me to be specific and call them Tauntauns? Tauntauns? Is that good enough for you, Jet? Ah, we got some more here. Is this it? Is this completion? Or is this going to get me to like 890 or 990 or something like that? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's gonna get me like up there. Yeah, we're almost there. Almost. Maybe it's this other Tauntaun. Nope. We are officially down. What characters do I want to see in the classic character pack? I mean, who do I want? Oh, who do I know will be in there? We know Lando's in there. We know pretty much Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie will be in there. I think there's going to be 8 of them. So Yoda, Grievous, potentially, and Vader. I think that would work, honestly. Could use the Force on a house. Which house should I use the Force on? It's not this one either. Where are the final few? What must I do to get the final few? There must be something. We've done the ATST, haven't we? Shall drift. How do I do that, dear man? Come on, you're the expert. Tell me. What must I do? Do you think the demo for LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga will come out? Yeah, I do think there'll still be a demo, honestly. I was thinking about this earlier today. I do think there'll still be a demo. It could really... If the game comes out in May, let's say, then the demo will probably be like mid to late April, I would guess. Something along the lines of that. So, I still honestly do think there's going to be one. I just couldn't see there not being one at this point. How many types of clone attack vehicles are in the game? Well, one thing we gotta watch is that they're gonna want to balance these eras out, and the more and more they add for the Clone Wars, they're gonna have to add in the other eras as well. So some clone vehicles might miss out, some might just be in the background, like in Battlefront 2. But I think you'll have like the ATTE, you'll have the Republic gunship, you'll have the ATRT. I don't know if the ones like the ATAP will make it in, honestly. It's a shout, maybe, but I'm not too sure if they will make it in to the game. Destroy on more free to fix it. What? Red house isn't finished. Okay. Let's yeah, it is half destroyed, isn't it? But I was firing at it earlier, and nothing. It just wasn't getting destroyed. So if it lets me destroy it now, then that's just a big troll on me. Because I was shooting at it like crazy earlier. Destroy the flowers. Alright, I will see if I can destroy them. Right, it won't let me aim at the flowers. The house, the red house. Let's see if it lets me destroy it. From the back, maybe. Nope, we don't seem to be able to destroy it. Use the speeder to go over the flowers. We've tried like... Oh my god, no! No! We're out of the area! No! It cannot be! Oh no! Not... You were a good friend. Oh, right, we're back. Never mind, we didn't lose it. I know it's something with the flowers. But what with the flowers must I do? What do you think about the Death Star in Star Wars, its size rooms, and how it will be a vehicle? I don't know if it will be a vehicle. Really. I don't know if that's likely. I know you're able to buy it. But, I think it will have its standard. It's like, whether it will be, you'll have the Death Star 1 and the Death Star 2. Or whether it'll just be the one Death Star, but either way they'll have the iconic rooms, they'll have the trash compactor, they'll have the Emperor's throne room, they'll have the meeting room, they'll have those iconic corridors. So, just a case of will we be able to move around and fly it? I don't think we will, honestly, but it's always possible. Well, everyone trying to tell me to shoot the red house. Drive the speeder around the grass. Okay. Which flowers is it? I know it's these ones over here. Golf cart over the flowers? Which one's the golf cart again? I don't know because there's like so many that look the same. The golf cart, the white one, or what? Like, there's a tractor. All right, is it this tractor here? Because we haven't actually used this tractor yet over there, have we? Right, let's see if the tractor works. And if the tractor doesn't work, we're kind of doomed right now. We've got the white cart. Is that the one I need to do? We brought every vehicle over here. It's the white cart, is it? Right, we'll go and get the white cart. Is there a ride I can take over there to get there a bit faster? Or have I ditched all my rides at this point? Right, we're going to have to run over there. What month is the game coming out? Probably May. I think it's probably May. But no, okay. Right, so it lets me hit it like that, apparently. Right, so now can we shoot the house? Is this what people meant? Now can we shoot the house? Now do I have to go with the ATST all over again? We've moved up. Right, we'll get the golf cart first, because I still know there's something I need to do with those flowers. And now do we shoot the red house, now we've done that? I'm guessing that's what people meant. Right, the golf cart is not it. So, we can try to trust the ATST at the house now, and see if that works. But we did get a few studs more, which is something, I suppose. Really? No? So it's not this either. I mean, we've got various parts of the house done. We're in a bit of a mess with the flowers mainly. I don't have a clue what to do with the flowers. We've got a mini house here. We did spell Lego right because we got the studs off it. We have the Wookiee gunship, which I have no idea what this is supposed to be doing here, honestly. How it's supposed to help us in any way. If I don't need a vehicle, then cool kid, what do I need? I've tried every vehicle right here. There's always something on this level. We've pushed the roundabout round. We need to. Can we destroy those handlebars on it? No. I mean, they look like they're to be destroyed. But I've already done this both ways. I mean, we can go back with it, but it's not going to make much of a difference, is it? But it just spins and nothing comes off it. Saber though, I've tried sabering the windmills. I'll give it another go, I suppose. I tried bamfers with the flowers. Yeah, that was the first one I tried, I believe. I know it's something with those flowers in the corner. I did step near all the flowers to make them appear because we got the purple off them. So we must have done that part. Look, every vehicle is over here because we've tried every single one. The flowers are done then. So maybe it's other flowers I have to make appear. 13,000 more though. There must be something. I mean, is there some missing here? I've driven over those flowers of pretty much everything, every vehicle I can think of. Oporansis in the game? I mean, Yaddle's in the game, so I'd say once you put Yaddle in there, any of the council could pretty much make an appearance. Oporansis would be... I mean, some of those more peculiar ones, especially like him. It could happen, they could not. How would you do his legs is the thing. Red firehouse, destroy the furniture, okay. Yeah, that's a shot actually. No, is that not working? This is the red firehouse, right? I mean, I'll try all of them. Okay, it's not that one. Is this the red firehouse? Not that one. Do you need to speak German? No, you don't. I just need to know clearly what must I do here. If I kill off all the people, will I? I've pulled the levers several times. If I see any other people walking around, I'll kill them as well. We'll pull the levers again. I mean, the levers don't seem to be doing anything anymore. Right, there's this one guy left. Well, I think he's the final guy who inhabited this weird city. Lego City's always a fun level until this part, when I have no idea left on how to get the remaining 13,000. Is there a blue? I thought I saw a blue under here. Not that one blue would have made a difference. Will we get a character editor? A character customizer, I'm guessing you mean. It's unknown, I think so. But we've not really heard anything on it other than a possible leak. That it's delayed, but that was from nearly, I'd say 8 months ago now. And we didn't even know the game had been delayed at that point. But there's no furniture in there. And then I'm pretty sure you'd think this leaf would be destroyable, but it's not. Jump out of bounds? Out of bounds isn't going to work. I'm waiting for D-Man to tell me, because he's given me like 7 different methods, none of which have yet worked. So D-Man, we're counting on you. Look, nothing works on these flowers. Like, no character can actually go over these flowers and activate them. Shoot the magic house from a distance. Where's the ATST is always out of bounds. Was there a tree/book behind the house? Which house? Which house? Maybe if we shoot the small house? He did, Jet, and he ran out of ideas that worked, apparently. Any more questions, guys, feel free while we try and... Okay, wait. Okay, wait. We got something. Alright. Oh, okay. We got something. Maybe if I just randomly shoot all the remaining houses, we'll get lucky. We are now 5,000 away. Apparently shooting random things works. And nobody told me to do that, so... turns out you don't all have the answers. No, Palpatine, I wanted you to... You just completely not done what I told you to do. Just... Yeah. Do we know how many vehicles are going to be in the game? We don't. The number of things we know is, we know 23 planets with 28 locations, around 300 playable characters of 800 in total, the rest of which will be NPCs. And that's all in terms of, and we know 5 levels per movie with bonus missions which are unnamed of, or unnumbered of how many yet. So that's everything we know in terms of numbers, but we don't know the amount of vehicles. I'm guessing they'll equally split it up. Shoot the other side of the first house. Which is the first house? Okay, wait. Apparent. Okay. It was right there. Even though that didn't work 5 seconds ago. I swear it just decides when to let you shoot it. But, 40... We ran that for 41 minutes. Oh my god. How much studs do we get for that? Do we actually... Do we get anything from that? Do you get some? Is it like a gold brick, or is it just percentage of the? I think it's just percentage of the game complete. Is it not? Is that all we get? All that for that? It took 41 minutes. I wonder if you guys could have done it any quicker than that. I mean, 30. Anything in the 30s I may have taken. 41 is a bit too much. How many studs do we have? I knew I wasn't going to keep the whole 1 million studs. Like, I know that's never the case in these things. Let's see if we can buy anything. I mean, the ghosts are still kind of a bit irrelevant. Now we got invincibility. I'd say the multiplier is the next big thing we need to get. We're probably going to end in a second. We need to get this one unlocked so we can buy it. What's that noise? If times 4 is 6 million, then it probably can't be much more than that. Super Zapper, Bounty Hunter Rockets, Super Ewok Catapult, times 10. Any more of these to get? No, we got all them. Well, that's pretty much everything for this week, but we got 2 successful missions. I mean, we're getting closer and closer. I can try and get some of the more boring stuff done off stream. So, like I did last week, so we can come back with maybe the ×2 multiplier or something. But guys, like and subscribe if you're new as well. I would appreciate it. I mean, do you want me to stop or do you want me to keep on going? We could do like a quick vehicle mission actually. There's still a lot of people here and there's more questions. The Jabba's Palace, look, I'll have a look, but it depends because it's a long mission, that's the thing, and unlike the complete saga, you can't actually exit out of a mission once you've got what you need to get. Look, I've pretty much done everything on it. It's a lot. I'd rather do it next week at the very start, where we can just go for it, than do it now. Because we're not going to be able to complete the mission, so anything we get is going to be a bit pointless. We might as well try free play on this one, because I did some footage of this and I failed to get free play. That was before invincibility. Oh, you mean my prince? I didn't make that character. So you mean I made a... Look, whoever's on this character customizer I did not make. That is defaulted. I did not make these. They were just there. I'm very sorry. They were just there anyway. The Ninth Sister is amazing hybrid. Who doesn't love the Ninth Sister? Zerf, welcome. Master Peace, welcome. Hassan, welcome. 26% left. We might as well try and get this in free play. And then we'll end after this. So get your questions in, guys. Get your questions in. Get those questions in. Do you think we'll get news tomorrow? Cool Kid, I honestly think that if this podcast has been delayed for a reason and we need to get something before then, look, it could be at any point. It could be on Wednesday before the podcast comes out. That is so loud. Can I turn that down? I always do this in the most awkward way, but if I make that invite only, then audio settings, and do that. Right, that is a lot better. I've also got infinite torpedoes, so this should be pretty much a given that I get True Jedi. Just need to keep my eye on the ball. Ninth Sister told me she loves you. Yeah, that's wonderful, hybrid. Like Ninth Sister for Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. I think so. I think that would be a wonderful addition. Who would argue with that? The Gonk Droid is confirmed. Yeah, the Gonk Droid is confirmed to be in the Skywalker Saga. I can 100% tell you that. Which I think is great news. Who doesn't want to see the Gonk Droid in the Skywalker Saga? Everybody loves the Gonk Droid. There was even this image. This was like when the menu screen leaked, which, God, whichever dev, because I know it was like Rugged Eagle who leaked that menu screen, which I didn't know originally. Like, I remember I didn't have a clue it was him. It was I can't speak. I didn't have a clue it was him originally. I just thought it leaked on Reddit off like a developer or something. But I know Rugged leaked the menu screen. But I want to know. He's obviously not going to tell me, which is fine. I understand. But what dev was like willing to leak that to him, or to whoever they, because they could have leaked it to someone else who leaked it to him. Like who let it slip? I want to know. Who let that menu screen slip? Is what I'm trying to say here. Is there a very brave person? Honestly, very brave. How many mini kits? 9. I know one of them's at the end. At the end when you just have to fire through everything to escape, but they're so hard to see. Like, I'll need the mini kit detector, honestly, to get my hands on it. I'm not abusing ships. Man, I can't do anything right, can I? Everything I do is abuse, apparently. Stud magnet would be lovely right now. That would just help me secure 100% True Jedi here. Because if we don't get this final mini kit, at least when we get True Jedi. Do you think that TIE fighters will be able to travel between planets despite them not having hyperdrive? No, I think when you travel between planets, you'll be in some sort of capital ship. Now, I know the TIE fighters apparently do have hyperdrives by the time of the Rise of Skywalker, which is a bit weird, but I suppose time moves on and they upgraded, whatever. But I think you'll use, like, more of a... Essentially, I mean, I think it'll be a capital ship in, if you're, like, the Empire, maybe the Falcon, if you're playing as Rey. It'll be interesting if you can decide what you use. So if you can be, like, a Stormtrooper, and then just travel to hyperspace in the Falcon, for example. Now, that'd be really cool. You know, just one of those Lego things that's really weird, doesn't really work out in anything but a Lego game, which is what makes them so special. I'll speed run this as soon as I have True Jedi. Then we'll 100% speed run it. I'm going to make sure You get all those studs, you know. Because these ship missions are so difficult without invincibility. That is unfortunately not the mini kit. I know I already have that. I'm just getting the studs. This one, I believe, yeah, is just the mini kit behind there. Will LEGO Indiana Jones be in the game? We don't know that, but I think it would be nice to pay homage to the original LEGO Star Wars game plus with the new Indiana Jones game and movie. Wonder if the new Indiana Jones movie will get a LEGO game. That's the real question, isn't it? Am I intentionally not getting stud multipliers? No, I was going to get... The way I was going to do this is I was going to get one of them. I was going to get the easiest one ×2. But then I found out there's no cheat codes for extras in the original trilogy. There are cheat codes for characters, so I could have got the Force Ghost, and it says you unlock the character, but then it doesn't give you the character. I've noticed with like the crashes with this game especially on Xbox One that the original trilogy is very glitchy when brought over from its original state of like PlayStation 2 to Xbox One. There's a lot of things that don't work out. I'm so relieved that one of the best pin missions worked today, because if that had crashed for a third consecutive time, I would have just had to accept that I can't complete this game. Which would have been sad, considering the goal is to complete every LEGO Star Wars game on my account, get every achievement, which I have done, apart from this one. Unfortunately, you can't play the video game. I was surprised you could play the original trilogy. But I've even completed The Force Awakens. I am going to buy it back, though, after I've completed this. Which we're getting closer and closer to now, thank God. Because without those cheat codes for multipliers, it has dragged a lot more. And some missions are really fun, but some aren't without those cheat codes. Nothing down there? I think that's where the mini kit was, to be honest. Lovely. I mean, it doesn't matter if these rockets hit me. We got the invincibility. Lovely, and we're through to the generator room. The question is, are we actually going to get True Jedi here? Taco, welcome to the stream. See you later, Inky, thanks for watching. I have never watched Indiana Jones, but I'm going to, I promise you that. I need to finally put this Indiana Jones drought to bed. The time has come. Oh my God. Just electrocuting me. No, don't get electrocuted, we need those studs. No! No! Oh my God, we're just going to keep running into the electric field. Okay, there's one down. We're almost there. Surely we got to get True Jedi right here. It'd be impossible not to. Right, we got it. We got it. We went into cheat codes earlier, Emperor Palpatine. Honestly, I just don't know what the situation will be with them, because they can't have everybody completing the game after day one, after the wait. Look, we know everybody's going to complete the game sooner or later. It's a LEGO game. But after day one, I mean, it would probably take a bit longer than day one, even with cheat codes, but to get somewhat near it after day one, it's not what they want. I mean, especially with most places being shut right now, we're forced to stay inside our houses. Like, it'll be good to have a game like LEGO Star Wars that feels like it's never ending and we can just focus on for ages and ages. Can we go back and get the studs? Yeah, I think we can, because it's invincibility, isn't it? Right, we might want to play it safe here and actually go. Okay, some there, some there. I mean, we're almost there, so this would be quite the troll if we didn't do this. Yes, these we can blow up these. Almost there. Come on. I didn't realise invincibility would let you let you do this. I know it. You can't die with it, but if you still walk off edges and stuff, it lets you die. What's the reactor core like? You're right. You can't go that far apparently. But we're just inside a burning Death Star. Is that one there that I missed? Yeah, it is. I mean, if we do it this way, we can probably find that mini kit. There's another one there. Inside the burning debris of the Death Star. And there's 3 stages to this end part as well, so you pretty much have to get True Jedi. Right, some lovely studs there. Just take our time. Anymore? Oh, hello Matthew, good to see you. How is the petition for the Lego Star Wars Yoda Death Noise doing? I'll have to check up on that because I stupidly talked about that in a few videos ago in the hints video. I didn't include a link in the description. Why would I do that? And that wasn't intentional either. I just honestly forgot. There we go. Okay, we can be a bit less cautious now about finding everything. We got the True Jedi. It wasn't a total waste. Watch out for that mini kit. Is that it? I thought I saw it, but no. Here's the final part. Probably not going to get the 10 out of 10 mini kits, but we got the True Jedi, which is always good. And there you go. That's another True Jedi done. And 66. I think that's a good way to end the stream, right? Yeah, hybrid. You told me that several comments ago. Do I think George Lucas hopefully makes it into the game? I want to say it's inevitable, but I always think there's a chance with Disney that they'll mess it up. So I can hope. I can hope he's in there. But we are going to end it there, guys. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. I appreciate everybody coming out to watching this tonight. We'll be back next week with another LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga Q&A. So as always, as I said, like, subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you to active users, which are, if I get it up, Alexandra, Hybrid, Zerf, Jet, MS, Manual, Matthew, Maestro, Super Dope, The H, D-Man, and Tyler. And Tyler asks why it's always bottom. It's because it's in alphabetical order. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you all in the next